Okay, start by trying the warm-up today. Look at line A. Line A is a little bit off on your worksheet, so give those a try. Okay, here are the answers. Line A should have been a slope of 2, 5. B is a -1, 3. It's going down 1, right 3. And line C is 0. It's a horizontal line, 0 slope. Got to keep working on that one. Okay. Number 2, the change in y is -3. It's a decreasing amount, while the change in x is 1. So the slope is -3/1, or you could just say -3. And B, the change in y is 5, and the change in x is 2. Okay, this was the assignment that was actually due for Monday. Take a look at those answers, ask each other questions. And this is the assignment due for today. Again, take a look at it. Okay, a quick revisit, and if you don't have some of this down, it's probably a good opportunity to get it down. Slope is the measure of steepness of a line. Rise over run is another way to talk about slope. And change in y over change in x, or vertical change over horizontal change, is another way. This is like the third or fourth day you've seen this, so you might think it's a good idea to get it down. All right, today we're in 214. You're going to use the resource page that's available, determine how much information you need for a line, and we're going to calculate the slope between 2 points. Well, the second part of the objective will probably wait for a few days. Assignment is 241 to 245, skip 2-42. Okay, go through and read through 214. Give the problems a try. But one thing I do want to talk about before you try those, after you read to get this far, hopefully you did, is what these variables mean. And what you need to remember is each of these variables stands for something. So for example, the y would be the y coordinates, or any points, the y coordinates of any points that are on a line. The x are the x coordinates. So if you are talking about points that are on a line, those two would be the x and y coordinates that fit on the line. The m is what we now call slope. Okay, and that's your rise over your run, or whatever definition you want to talk about it. And the b, that's the y-intercept. Okay, and the y-intercept is your starting value. It's where it crosses the y-axis. It's always the ordered pair 0 something. So whatever number that b is, that's your ordered pair where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, so what I want you to do is go through the line factory problems. And what you should find is, if there are parts of the problems that you cannot write an equation for, just write the word skip and move on. What you can do is check the video as you go along to make sure you're doing okay with this, and help each other out. Okay, line A goes through the point 25. You can draw an infinite number of lines through this. So you could draw a line here, you could draw a line here, you could draw a line here, and it goes on forever. This one you would have to skip. You cannot write an equation for line A. Line B, slope of -3 goes through the origin. So now we have an ordered pair. We can, from this point, use our slope of -3, which is -3/1, which means we are going down 3, right 1, down 3, right 1. We can draw our line going through here. Okay, and then we have our arrows, and we can write our equation y equals -3x plus 0, or you can just say y equals -3x. Line C goes through those 2 points, so yes, we can actually connect those. Goes through those 2 points. And it looks like it goes through the ordered pair 0, 4. So therefore this equation, well, we can find our slope, which is 1, 2, starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So it's 6/3x plus 4, because here's our y-intercept of 4, and 6/3. Now you could write that as y equals 2/1x plus 4 if you reduce the 6/3, or you can even say y equals 2x plus 4. Okay, this one we have some ordered pairs. We can definitely see a constant rate of change. If I backtrack this one to get it to 0, okay, I'd have to, the x would be 0, okay? So I need to go to 1, so I just keep subtracting 2.5. So as I go along this way, I'm subtracting 2.5 each time, okay? So to finish this table, we'd subtract 2.5, which, what is that? -1.5 for 1, and -4 for 0. Okay, so if again, on my table, okay, I can subtract 2.5 for every 1 I go over, and subtract 2.5 for every 1 I go over. So there is my line. Okay, I can write my equation. I have a slope, it's an increase of 2.5. And the y-intercept is sitting here at 4. Line E, it grows by 4, but it doesn't give us a starting point. So if it doesn't give us a starting point, there's not much we can do. You have to skip this one. Line F, it tells us a starting point of 0, -1. Now that's not a y-intercept, but it gives us a point. Now it tells us the slope is -3/4. If the slope is -3/4, okay, that means I can go down 3 and right 4. Well, that's kind of hard on this graph, but remember I showed you how to switch the signs, okay? That 3 can be positive, but then the 4 has to be negative. One of those numbers has to be negative in this problem. Now, the nice thing about switching that is now I can go up 3 and left 4. Up 3 and left 4. So up 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now I have this nice line I can put on here. And it can give me an equation, so I know the slope is -3/4 x, and then this is my y-intercept of Okay, letter G gave us these points. This is obviously not linear. This would be an exponential problem. We'll worry about this later on. There is no equation you can write for this one. Okay, we're going to stop here. If you want to start looking into finding the slope between 2 points without graphing it, we'll get into that. But what you can get into now would be your assignment, which was the 41 to 45, but skip number 42. 42 has that slope between 2 points. Okay, have a good day.